Yeah. Ay. Yeah. Ay. Yeah. Boys. Yeah. Hold on. We them boys. Hold on. We them boys. Hold on. We making noise. Hold on.
They bulletproof. -20, we in Pitfield at K's Kitchen in a Canada Goose. Famous as fuck, but I'm still in the cut when they round up the troops. I'm just a sicko, a real sicko when you get to know me, nigga. I let the diss record drop, you was staying right below me, nigga. We must have played it 100 times, you was going to bed. Why would I put on a vest? I expect you to aim for the head. I could've killed you the first time. You don't have to try and say it louder, nigga. Trust me, heard you the first time. It's nothing personal, I would've done it to anyone. And I blame where I came from, and I blame all my day ones. You know Chubbs like Draymond, you better hope not say none. Them boys, they're a handful. Then I hit them with the hotline. Chris Breezy with the dance moves. Mo G with the dance moves. Ad Boy with the dance moves. Jimi Hendrix with the solo. Those are strings that you can't pull. Yeah, and I can really dish it out. Come and get it from the source. But fuck with all the word of mouth. Go to state, running practice at my house, nigga. What am I about? You gon' really feel it now. I'm out here looking for revenge.
I ride for my niggas. Stay scheming. Niggas tryna get at me. Dog. I ride for my niggas. Stay scheming. Niggas tryna get at me. Dog. I ride for my niggas. Damn, life so short. Fuck it, I don't wanna go to court. Fuck it, got a budget for the lawyer though. Fuck it, I'm on the run for the month. I'm in the bucket, paid 200 for it. My little nigga stuck and even got me paranoid. I'm getting money, that's in any nigga category. Double M, I got G's out in California. I ride for my niggas, dawg. I ride for my niggas. I slide for my niggas, dawg. I ride for my niggas. Stay scheming. Niggas tryna get at me. Dawg. I ride for my niggas.
It bothers me when the guards get to acting like the bras. Guess every team doesn't come complete with niggas like ours. That's why I see no need to compete with niggas like y'all. I just ask that when you see me, you speak up, nigga, that's all. Don't be ducking like you never wanted nothing. It's feeling like rap changed. It was a time it was rugged. Back when if a nigga reached, it was for the weapon. Nowadays, niggas reach just to sell they record. Spaghetti bolognese in the polo lounge. Me and my G from DC, that's how I roll around. Might look like, but we heavy though. You think Drake will put some shit like that? You never know. $1 million meetings in the polo lounge. Me and my man Oliver North, that's how I roll around. Shorty wanna tell me secrets by the rap, nigga. I tell that bitch it's more attractive when you hold it down. Kobe about to lose 150 M's. Kobe my nigga, I hate it, had to be him. Bitch, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym.
Bitch, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym.
Tell Lucy and I said, fuck it, I'm tearing holes in my budget. Bag her like we in Publix and take her ass out in public. Ordered it up filet, told them butterflies, she'll love it. She used to soda and nuggets, she really just started thugging. I'm just hitting my pinnacle, you and pussy identical. You like the fucking finish line, we can't wait to run into you. But let me get my mind off that young rich motherfucker getting mine off rap with my niggas.
I ride for my niggas.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Pull Up Show. I'm your host, Mr. BJ Matthews, aka B. Just before we get started, follow us on the YouTube page, the Pull Up Basketball Podcast. Like, share, subscribe to all of our YouTube videos. Hit that like button. Y'all come in here, hit the share, subscribe, hit that Cash App. $Slick Rick 1991 son. $Slick Rick 1991 son. I appreciate y'all coming in here, man. Make sure you guys continuously follow the Pull Up Basketball Podcast. You're the #1 Clipper podcast as well. Let's get it popping. All right, y'all. Top of the morning, man. This is a Sunday morning, beautiful Sunday morning out here, man. I want to give a shout out to everybody who came in yesterday. I had a great live with my boy Rick. Talked about our top 15 NBA players. Everybody that came into the show, great show. My boy Rick finished the show off for me because I had to leave pretty early. But that's why we roll off each other's backs, and that's why my guy is the best co-host out there, man, because he fills in all the gaps when I need something done or I need to step away for a minute. So shout out to my boy Rick and shout out to everybody that came on the panel yesterday. As y'all come in here, make sure, like I said, smash the like button. Let me know that y'all are in the comment section as well. I want to go through a quick video, man. This was a video I wasn't sure about doing, but I thought it would kind of be suiting to actually do it. First off, I want to give a shout out to my boy Straight to the Point. That's his YouTube, Straight to the Point. If you guys do not follow my guy Straight to the Point, make sure you guys go follow him, man. Very, very you know what I'm saying, funny brother, intelligent, talks all sports, just not basketball, football, boxing. Just a historian of sports period, man. I definitely been following him as of late. Showed me a lot of love. What I'm saying, before coming upon his channel. So you know how I do, man. When it comes to people, when it comes to humans, I always, that comes first for me before, any type of, if you're a content creator or anything, how good you are. It's all about who you are as a person. So, he's always been, rocking with me with certain things. So I always, give him that respect. So subscribe to my guy, Straight to the Point. This is going to be a video for him. Now, we ain't gonna always agree to everything as people, as certain things we might see certain things different from everybody else. There's a subject at hand that me and him kind of had a discussion about a couple of days ago. We kind of saw something different. As y'all know, Joel Embiid signed a 3-year, let me see, I think $193 million deal. Make sure I pull this out the way so y'all can see. So he signed a 3-year, $193 million deal on, I believe, Friday morning. It was announced. And my guy, Straight to the Point, he's a Sixer fan. He's a Sixer fan, obviously, and he talked about this on his channel. And he was not really all that enthusiastic about it because he feels like, he feels Joel Embiid is underachieved. And he thinks Joel Embiid, the Joel Embiid era needs to be coming to an end. And they need to go ahead and, move on to the Tyrese Maxey era. So I watched the video he made right after Joel Embiid signed the deal, and then there was a video he made yesterday responding to kind of the comments me and him talked about. I was in the comment section, I think Friday night we were talking, and then he made the video Saturday morning, and he spoke about how he said basically Joel Embiid does not need to be getting 3 years and $193 million deals like he's setting back Tyrese Maxey's growth. And then I responded, completely just disagreeing because I feel like Joel Embiid is their cornerstone. And I'm gonna go into, why I'm saying the way I'm saying about Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey, why they need to automatically, absolutely make this deal. And if they didn't make this deal, then they would just go right to the back of the line. Now, I do think the Sixers are going to get out the Eastern Conference. Like I've made this very, very clear. I think they're going to at least make the conference finals, but I think this year they have a great chance of making it to the NBA Finals. And that's primarily because of Joel Embiid. They signing him to this deal. And I said before, they're lining up Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, and Paul George for 2 to 3 seasons to get a championship. They signed Joel for a 3-year deal. They signed Paul George to a 4, and then they signed Maxey to a 5. So they're signing guys to basically, compete for a title. As y'all come here, smash that like button. So I said this is something that's, premeditated by the Sixers front office and Daryl Morey, Elton Brand, and Julius Erving, and all those guys. This is all, premeditated. They're doing this up on purpose. So Straight to the Point basically said Joel Embiid, the reason why he doesn't want Joel Embiid back, like he says, he's stunning Tyrese Maxey's growth. He's very big on Tyrese Maxey, as I'm pretty big on Tyrese Maxey as well. Not like, as far as what he has, but I am a supporter of Tyrese Maxey. I watched him in college and high school. He went to high school in Dallas, Texas, South Garland High School. I have a few people that know him personally, know his father, used to train him, and all that good stuff. So I am familiar with Tyrese Maxey's game, which is why I kind of said what I said about to straight to the point, where you got guys who are your cornerstone, you have guys who are your co-stars, and you have guys who are your third star. And I said the level from Joel Embiid to Tyrese Maxey to Paul George should be first option Joel Embiid, second option Paul George, third option Tyrese Maxey. And I'm gonna explain that in a minute, because I think people are going strictly where, Tyrese Maxey is already, this, that, and the other. Well, he needs to constantly do it every single year. Now, one of the things that Straight to the Point said is that Tyrese Maxey's been really carrying Joel Embiid, since Joel Embiid gets hurt. And we know Joel Embiid obviously has struggled with injuries in the past. I can't even deny that. And there's a lot of points he made in his video that I actually can agree with. And one of them is that Joel Embiid has been hurt at the wrong times. And right here, y'all can see right here, this is Joel Embiid's little profile on Stat Music. Y'all can look at this up at well. He's been in the league for 8 years. He really should have been in the league for 10, because the first 2 years he was out with injury with his foot. I believe. I think his foot and his lower extremities. Joel Embiid's a big dude. He's about 7 foot. They list him at 280, but I'm pretty sure he's about a little over 300. Because just based on how you look at him on the court, you can kind of see that he looks bigger than 280. He's bigger than everybody on the court. So I think at this point he's about 300 pounds or close to it. He has 8 years on his belt, and he's had, 1 MVP, 7 All-Stars, and 5 All-NBA teams. Not bad for his resume so far. But of course, that's the regular season. Most of those, all those awards are regular season. MVP, All-Stars, All-NBA, that's all regular season. Straight to the point's problem is that in the playoffs, he feels Joel Embiid does not show up how he's supposed to show up. He's underachieved. They haven't got out the second round, and all that stuff I can't really even deny. Joel Embiid has had opportunities in the past to get past the second round. He's had good enough teams to get almost to the NBA Finals. He's just not been able to either, one, come in through, like, when they need to come through. He gets hurt at the wrong times, or he's injured, or he meets a player who just, it just, outplays him. Whether that have been Kawhi Leonard in 2019, whether that have been, Jimmy Butler in 2022, whether that have been Jason Tatum in 2023. These guys just outplay him, when he's supposed to be the best player on the court. As y'all come here, smash the like button. But he's been in the league for 8 years, and he's basically had, great resume in the regular season. So when I look at all that, and I see that that's what Joel Embiid has done in the regular season, I got to go strictly right to the postseason, where, my man Straight to the Point has, the biggest gripe with Joel Embiid and his playoff numbers and what he's done in production. So in those 8 years he's been to the playoffs, it looks like 7 times. 7 times he's been to the playoffs. The first year, of course, he didn't make the playoffs. He's a rookie. He didn't. I mean, that's expected for most times. Most great players, or most players, period, don't make the playoffs their first year. Y'all seeing with just Victor Wembanyama, Paolo Banchero, who else is in? Y'all looking at Brandon Miller, Alston Thompson, like all the guys who are rookies don't tend to make the playoffs in their first season. So that's expected. But he's been to the playoffs every single year outside of that 8th year. So his first experience, he was in the playoffs. He averaged 21 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists, 1.8 blocks, shot 43% from the field, and played 8 games. He lost to was it the Miami Heat or the Boston Celtics? One of those two teams. They lost his first year. 18-19, that was the year against the Toronto Raptors. He was in his second time in the playoffs. That's when I feel like the that's when I feel like the 76ers had their best opportunity to win a championship, was that year against the Toronto Raptors. They lost that game in Game 7 when Kawhi Leonard hit that, bounced around the rim shot, and they eliminated the Philadelphia 76ers. The next year in the bubble, 2019-2020, they played 4 games. They got swept by the Boston Celtics. Joel Embiid did show up with 30 points per game, 12 rebounds, 1.3 assists, 1.5 steals, 1.3 blocks, 45% from the field. He showed up for the most part in that series. They just got beat. They got swept actually in the bubble. And then you look at 2020, 2021. They played 11 games that series, 28 points per game, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 1.0 steals, 1.5 blocks. That's what he averaged in that whole playoff run. 21, 20, 22, 23 points per game, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, was this 0.8 blocks per play and 0.4 steals. He averaged 48% from the field shooting as well in that series in 21, 20, 22. And they got beat by the Miami Heat that year. And then the last couple of years, you look at 22, 20, 23, nine games. He averaged 23 points per game, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 0.7 steals, 0.8 blocks. And he shot 43% from the field. And then finally last year in 6 games, they lost to the New York Knicks, 33 points per game, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, 1.2 steals, 1.5 blocks, and 44% from the field. All right, y'all come in here as I hit that like button. That is Joel Embiid's playoff career statistics and the teams that he faced, whether that have been elimination and what rounds he's got to. So y'all come in, smash the like button. So we're gonna dissect this very, very quickly. Like I said, if you want to talk about Joel Embiid in the regular season, vice versa the playoffs, regular season Joel Embiid is probably a top 3 player in the NBA. Postseason Joel Embiid is very good to great, but you're not seeing the same performances as those in the regular season. And that's what straight to the point's biggest gripe is, justifiably so. Like I said, if you talk about a person's team, you know, they tend to, you know a little bit more than a person who's an outsider or somebody who, you know, doesn't really follow them except when the playoffs come. But for me, I'm always following NBA, period. You know what I'm saying? I follow all teams. I got NBA League Pass. I do these shows. I talk about all the teams. Just having a feel for the game, like playing the game, like, you know, all the years I played. I just don't subjugate myself to the Clippers. I talk about every team. I look at everybody's games. All the players, I'm looking at their game, their skill sets, and their mentality. All that good stuff I'm looking at. So this is what Joel Embiid has done. I'm gonna come back to this, and I'm going to decipher each one of these years, and kind of tell y'all a little bit of context between those years. So, like I said, me and his biggest disagreement was that he wants to move away from the Joel Embiid era and go into the Tyrese Maxey era. And I said they need to keep Joel Embiid and build around him while Tyrese Maxey is still there. Now, if you look at what Tyrese Maxey has done, he's been in the league for 4 seasons, right? Let me pull this up real quick. Let me see if I can find it. 1 second, y'all. 1 second. All right. So this is Tyrese Maxey's profile right here. He's been in the league for 4 years, 23 years old, 6'2", 200 pounds, one most improved player and 1 all-star in those 4 years. Not bad. Last year, he averaged 25 points per game, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, shot 45% from the field, 37% from 3, 86% from the free throw line. True shooting percentage is 57%. Pretty good. Very, very good shooting splits. His game raised up from every single year previously. Tyrese Maxey, like I said, man, is a very, very solid player, and he has only room just to get better. One thing I've always liked about Tyrese Maxey is his mentality and his attitude. You don't hear nothing really, bad about him. You don't hear about him getting in trouble. You'll hear about, no scandals and nothing like that. He seems to always have his head on straight. He's always seemed like a likable person. He's always seems pretty humble. So I'm a guy who roots for, players like that. I'm a guy who roots for that type of stuff. So Tyrese Maxey is not somebody I do not dislike. I don't think he's a top 15 player, but I think he is somewhere in that top 20 range. But I think there's, players that does it over and over every single year that you got to put in that company. And I think Tyrese Maxey is just, kind of getting his feet wet, which is understandable because he's in his 4th season. He's right where he needs to be right now. He's right where he needs to be. And I think even next year he's going to take another leap. So that's kind of what you get with Tyrese Maxey right there. Philadelphia, of course, they love his game. They love his tenacity. They love his heart. He got his 5-year deal, so he's banking right now. So he's in a good spot of his career. So that's him in the regular season. Him in the postseason. This is where straight to the point really kind of backs Tyrese Maxey. So he's averaged 17 points per game, 3 rebounds, and 3.1 assists in 41 games in the postseason. So unlike Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey was in the playoffs, and I'm gonna tell y'all why that goes more to my point where they should keep Joel Embiid, because for you to make the playoffs your first year and basically have that opportunity, it just shows you like the team that you had and the player that you had is the reason why. Because if you look at his first year, he averaged 6 points per game, 13 minutes. So he was just really just coming in as a person kind of thrown in the fire. That's what Doc Rivers did to Tyrese Maxey his first year against the Atlanta Hawks. He threw Tyrese Maxey in the fire, and he played as good as you can play at that age as a rookie. Right, he averaged 6 points per game, 1.8 rebounds, 1.3 assists, 0.3 steals, 0.5 blocks, 43% from the field. And then you look at the guy, and then you look at games played, 12 games played, 20 points per game, 3.5 rebounds, 3.9 assists, 0.8 steals, 0.2 blocks, and he averaged 48.4% from the field. He took a huge leap scoring the basketball, adding 14 points from year to year. That's a huge jump from 6.3 to 20.8. So obviously the guy works on his game, right? 2022, 2023 took a little bit of a dip in his points per game, 20.5 from 20.8, but still 20 points altogether. 4.8 rebounds. He went up in rebounds. He went down in assists to 2.3, 1.4 steals, which shows he was pretty active on defense. 0.5 blocks, 42% from the field. Took a dip in his shooting percentage that year. And then his last year, he played 6 games in the playoffs, 29 points per game, 5.2 rebounds, 6.8 assists, 0.8 steals, 0.3 blocks per game. And he shot 47%. So that is Tyrese Maxey's 4 years in the postseason. 17 points, 3.6 rebounds, 3.1 assists, and those are his stats year by year. All right, so that's enough of that type of stuff. So we're going to go into what I feel why Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid are on 2 different levels. I think why Joel Embiid, they made the right decision re-signing him. So let me just say this. The video I listened to from Straight to the Point yesterday highlighted, like I said, that Tyrese Maxey, one of his biggest problems is that Joel Embiid is hurt too many times and he's not coming through in the postseason. That is his biggest crutch. He says in the regular season he does all these great things and people get caught up in the names and things of that nature. I've been on Joel Embiid's ass for over the last few years myself. I made a video. I said Joel Embiid has the most pressure this year. He has the most pressure of any star, any superstar. Why is that? Because when you look at the Eastern Conference and its contemporaries like, Jimmy Butlers and the Jason Tatums and the Giannis Antetokounmpos, like, what I'm saying? Those guys, they've made it past the second round. Even Joel Embiid's teammate Paul George made it past the second round multiple times in his career. This guy been in the league for 8 years and has not made it past the second round. But I'm going to add context to situations of what has been happening year after year to kind of make y'all understand, well, while some of his playoff downfalls have been hurtful to his career, I can make a case that also it hasn't just been him, it's been things surrounding him or not surrounding him. So when you look at Joel Embiid's playoff, I'm going to bring this up again so y'all can see his, his year by year. Let's just quickly go, year by year. 2017, 2018 was his first experience in the playoffs. I don't put too much stake into that. Anytime the first year you have, he played obviously good as a first-time playoff player, and he played 8 games that year, and he averaged 21 points. So, and 12 rebounds. He obviously was probably the best player on his team. Right? 2018, 2019. That was the year against Toronto. Y'all know against the Raptors, they won the championship. And in reality, that series could have went either way. That shot that Kawhi Leonard hit from the corner was nothing but a blessing from God, and it was nothing but from the high heavens. Because the amount of times that ball bounced around that rim, if it wouldn't have went in, there's a chance that Philadelphia could have won that series. But the reason why I pushed back on that a little bit is because Joel Embiid showed his inefficiencies to play against physical defense. The Raptors with Marc Gasol, Serge Ibaka, Pascal Siakam, you know what I'm saying, Kawhi, you know, Danny Green, Kyle Lowry, all them dudes, that defense, I think, kind of bothered Joel Embiid. And they tried to say that he was dealing with stomach problems. I just think it was too much with the pressure he was dealing with. So that shows he wasn't mentally ready, and that shows he wasn't physically ready. So if you want to hold something against him, hold that series against him. He underperformed. He did not come in. He was not, you know, carrying his weight. He had probably his best team that year with a healthy Ben Simmons, and you had Jimmy Butler. But that just shows how great Kawhi Leonard is, because you had a team that, more intents and purposes, had the upper hand against you, but the guy offsetted that. But that's Kawhi Leonard. That's, to me, the best player in the league when healthy. You didn't lose to shit. You didn't lose to a role player. You didn't lose to Dante DiVincenzo. You lost to the best player in the MVP, Finals MVP that year. So if Philadelphia gets past them, they automatically go. They probably can get to the finals, and you know the rest is history. 2019-2020 took a step back team wise. He didn't lead his team past any wins against Boston, and also something that's straight to the point said, Boston is Philadelphia's. That's their kryptonite. I gotta agree to that. I think they've lost 3 times to the same team in the Joel Embiid era. If you want to put the biggest black mark against Joel Embiid, put that Boston has been really handling Philadelphia. And the bubble didn't help out when he got swept. He just looked disinterested. But a lot of people, that's why I say a lot of people didn't want to be in the bubble. It wasn't just the Clippers. A lot of people didn't want to be in there. They were disinterested. They were dealing with the Black Lives Matter. They were dealing with the COVID. Bro, the COVID was a very trying time for everybody. Y'all forget how much that was just like a stressful time where people had to be in their houses for, you know, days. You couldn't go outside. You had people saying, like, if you go outside, like, like, that stuff was a crazy time. I think y'all forget when we had the mask, we did not we were like trying to feel like, damn, when can we take these damn things off? Like, that was a time that we ain't never seen in America. So like I said, even with the bubble, a lot of people were not feeling that bubble, man. Y'all come here and smash that like button. But he averaged 30 points per game. I mean, he came and showed up. Team that he played against, Boston, went, you know, to the Eastern Conference Finals. They've been one of the best teams in the East, if not the best team in the East for the last 5 years. You lose to them. Then you go to 2020-21. You lost to the Atlanta Hawks. Now, this one you can say is another black mark against Joel Embiid. You had no business losing to an Atlanta team in the second round in 7 games on your home court when you had the upper hand. That's 2 times where you've lost and your team has not came through. Right? That's the year they lost at home to Atlanta. And then 2022, the last few years has been dealing with injuries, and kind of, you know, having to play through, you know, being hurt. 21-22, he lost to the Miami Heat. But y'all remember that year, it wasn't just Joel Embiid that was dealing with injury. It was also James Harden. Y'all remember James Harden, that time where he was dealing with the injury so bad people thought he was washed? Well, as I mentioned before, James Harden had that hamstring injury from the year before with Brooklyn, where he came back after injuring it in game 1 against the Milwaukee Bucks. Dealing with a hamstring injury, you cannot rush that back. And as I've said it before, when you do stuff like that, you're causing more damage. That's why you saw James Harden not able to get separation from his opponents. But you look at James Harden after that year, he started to be like, oh shit, he's leading the league in assists. He's, you know, has a little bit popping and stuff. He's with the Clippers. You know, this year he was, you know, doing his thing when he first got here for the, like, okay, yeah, because he actually got healthy again. But that year in the playoffs where he couldn't create no separation against the Miami Heat, and they were, you know, getting guarded by guys like Victor Oladipo and Max Strus, players like that James Harden would, you know, eat for lunch, dinner, and breakfast if he was healthy. That's who Joel Embiid's sidekick was. And Joel Embiid had missed the first 2 games against the Miami Heat. They got destroyed. He comes back in 2 games he comes back from that injury in Philadelphia, and they win 2 games with with James Harden and Tyrese Maxey there. So straight to my man, straight to the point, said that Tyrese Maxey has been carrying the weight, when Joel Embiid's out. Well, what kind of weight are we kind of talking about? Because for you to say you're carrying weight, you have to actually be able to perform and lead your team somewhere. Maxey at that time, I think it was in his second season. I want to pull something up real quick. Tyrese Maxey record without Joel Embiid. Okay, this is his record without Joel Embiid his whole career. It's 35-41. That's including from when he came into the league to now. And so we say Joel Embiid misses a lot of time. That's true. I can't even deny that. In the regular season, he misses a lot of time. So my man saying that Tyrese Maxey, this is his time and he can carry his weight. Well, that would show not just in your statistics, it was also showing could you lead the team. This past year was a perfect example. The Sixers had a team good enough to get to the finals, but once again, Joel Embiid missed a lot of time. He missed a lot of time this year. So if you're getting these opportunities to miss time and you don't have, quote unquote, a guy that needs to be removed, and you say that Tyrese Maxey, should be, the guy given the keys, well, you got to have a winning record. You got to be able to lead your team, somewhere. You got to be able to have this guy be able to, get wins while your big man is. So if y'all see right here, there were 16-27 this past year without Joel Embiid on the court. Right? Now, I don't know if Tyrese Maxey played in all the games Joel Embiid. I don't think he did, but I'm pretty sure he played in a huge amount of them. I know he played against us when we played him in Philadelphia, and we won that game. Joel Embiid didn't play, but Tyrese Maxey did, and they lost that game to us. So that's their record without Joel Embiid this past year. Again, this is Tyrese Maxey's time. This is his fourth year in the league. And, he's supposed to be given the keys to the team. Okay, well, if you want the keys to the car, don't say you can drive the car and your ass crash into the wall. That's not driving the car. That's you basically just settling. When you get the keys to the car, don't crash it. 16-27 is crashing the car without Joel Embiid on the court. And that's why they signed him to that 3-year max deal. They understand, or that extension, because they understand without Joel Embiid, they have no chance to even be a contender. You take Joel Embiid off that team, you're going straight to the back behind Boston, behind Miami, behind Milwaukee, behind Cleveland, behind even Orlando. You're going behind and you got other teams, also in that neck and neck as well, who want to compete in the Eastern Conference. So the record on the screen just shows just how much of a value he is and the type of, weight he carries. And quiet as kept, Joel Embiid's been doing this for quite a few years. Like I just said before, the last few years, he's been dealing with a disgruntled second star, whether that be Ben Simmons or James Harden coming into camp, and you don't know what's going to happen. Joel Embiid's been having to deal with that over the last few years. Everybody's been looking at him, how he's going to carry the team. And I understand he deals with injuries. Yes, I get it. But damn it, at least he plays. At least he plays through, being hurt. There's a difference between being hurt and injured. Injured is when you can't step on the court. And you can't even touch the floor. I would love to have a player that, is hurt over injured right now, because as y'all know, Kawhi is not even able to play. He's getting injured at the wrong times. At least this dude is on the court playing. Even last year, he averaged 33 points last year against the Knicks. That would be called dominant, and he was doing it while he was playing hurt. Now, I know we're straight to the point. He was saying he wants to see him on the court. He wants to see him healthy, and he wants to perform so he can really get off this whole injury bug. But, man, y'all are in a great situation right now. Right? So that was Tyrese Maxey without Joel Embiid. Let's look at Joel Embiid's record without Tyrese Maxey his entire career. Let me pull this up real quick. This is up from here from back then till now. He's 25-9. He's 25-9 without Tyrese Maxey on the court. See that's what is that? 33 games or 34 games without Tyrese Maxey from then until now. There's a lot of Tyrese Maxeys in the league, right? Have high energy, who are skilled guards, who can score the basketball, who are on one side. There's a lot of the Tyrese Maxeys in the league. You got, Donovan Mitchell, you got Trae Young, you got Damian Lillard, you got Ja Morant, you got who else am I thinking of? De'Aaron Fox. Who else? Scored like high guards. Anthony Edwards. You got a lot of guys who are between the heights of 6'1" to like 6'4", who can score and who can shoot, who are athletic, who are fast with the ball in their hands. You got a lot of those in the league. They're a dime a dozen. There's a lot of those in the league. Tyrese Halliburton's offensively skilled, who can shoot, score, and put the ball in the basket. There's a lot of those in the league. And they're around the same age as Tyrese Maxey. There's only one Joel Embiid in the league where you asking a guy to average that amount of points while doing it on the defensive end and being the presence he has on the court. As I've said before, I think he's the most unguardable player in the league. The problem with Joel Embiid is that he takes himself out the game with the type of shots he takes, trying to be like a wing or trying to be like a 6'6" Kobe instead of trying to be 7 feet in the paint. But then again, I understand it sometimes because he has the ability to do it. If I got the ability to do it, to score from the perimeter and score from the mid range and shoot mid range shots, I mean, you're going to do it. It's easy for somebody who can't do it to say do something else, but I've been doing this for my entire career. But going back to like I said, there's a difference between 35 and 41 from 25 and 9. It's a difference between Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey. You take Tyrese Maxey off the court, you can find another player who can put the ball in the basket, who's high energy, who's younger, around the same age. You can't take Joel Embiid off the team and just put him with that and put somebody else there. Right? The only person who people call the best player in the world, a lot of people, this is the guy that usually gives them fits, and that's Joel Embiid, and that's Nikola Jokic. He seems to always give Nikola Jokic a hard time. You're not getting that nowhere else in the league. So, to my boy, straight to the point, you're in a great position, bro. As I've said before, I got Philadelphia coming out the Eastern Conference, or at least in the Eastern Conference Finals. Yes, like I said, being healthy, of course. But if y'all are healthy, y'all have the best. Y'all have everything. Y'all got scoring from y'all got the best big man, or the best big man in the East. You guys got a high scoring guard in Tyrese Maxey, high energy, very young. And then you got Paul George. You plugging into that system. And this is another thing I also said. He also said that he don't think Paul George fits, bro. Paul George is the perfect fit for your team. A two-way talent, a two-way player, an experienced player in the postseason as well, who's had to deal with his second running mate not being there. Now he's in a system. Now he has a team around him. He still has a high fast guard to run with him on the court. And he has a coach in Nick Nurse who's going to be able to use him in the right way. He's the perfect fit for y'all. He fits on any team you put him on. Any team you want to put Paul George on, he's going to fit. He had a high winning percentage with us, 65% when Kawhi and him were healthy at the same time. Every single year he makes the playoffs. Every single year he's either the first or second best player on the team. Like, he's always going to fit no matter where he goes because he plays both ways of the basketball. And those, to me, are the best players that play offense and defense. If you can play offense and defense, you can find a place on any team. And with that ability he has to shoot, to score, all that good stuff, and he can play defense, now even better because he's going to have protection around the rim to help him protect the rim and not have to do the bulk of it by himself. With Zubac, you're going to see A very, very good, great, successful year this year around y'all team. Y'all got, Kelly Oubre, y'all got Caleb Martin. Y'all picked up some good pieces on that team, bro. So I would just say give it an opportunity, give it a chance this year. At least get to the playoffs and then see what happens. But as far as the Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey discussion, bro, that's certain people just bring certain things to the table. And I just think Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey are just two different type of, animals. But y'all go and subscribe to my man Straight to the Point. I hope that he, he sees this video. I'm going to tag him in it. But until next time, pull up a seat, pull up a chair, put live. Peace. Out of here like swimwear.
I'm feeling good, feeling alright tonight. I'm feeling good now. Yeah, it's all good in the neighborhood, homie. Yeah, little ride. I feel good, I feel alright. Cruising through my neighborhood on a warm summer night. I feel good. That's right, I feel good now. It's summer night. Summer days just sitting around, but when the sun goes down, I'll be ready to party. Them summer nights, keep the top on, drop all the girls looking hot, hit the photo and we just don't stop. Party until the morning light, ain't nothing like them summer nights. I just kicked it at home, I polished up the chrome, called the Ruka on the phone, let her know I'm home alone. It's 7:30 and the sun's going down, it's a summer night and the fun's going down. I pick her up and she looks all dolled up, sitting passenger in my rag and Paula. Yeah, I let her know that she looks beautiful to me. The world's an ugly place, but she is such a sight to see. The kind of woman that would put up a fight for me. The kind that wants to spend the summer nights with me. The temp was 80 and I'm cruising with my lady, playing some Rafi Bagan. Ooh, baby, baby. I see my homeboys and the cruising in the ride, with their ladies sitting by their side. People think we look crazy, but I think we look classy. But then again, that's only if you ask me. Summer days just sitting around, but when the sun goes down, I'll be ready to party. Ain't nothing like them summer nights. Keep the top on, drop all the girls looking hot, hit the photo and we just don't stop. Party until the morning light. Ain't nothing like them summer nights. My homeboys throwing the backyard boogie, so everybody gets together to unwind, relax, and have a fun time. The DJ spinning, so I grab the mic and be like, ain't nothing like them summer nights. The party's packed with beautiful women and the gang of the homies that wanna get with them. And they'll say anything just to hit them, and it's usually a nice summer night when they did them. I don't know, it must be something in the air. Can't help but have a good time because the feeling is there. To some people, the feeling is rare. They're at the pad saying, God damn, I wish I was there. To have a drink, have a token, hook up with someone fine, but the kind that looks up. Gotta keep some pisto in the cup, party until the sun comes up, but we give up. Summer days just sitting around, but when the sun goes down, I'll be ready to party. Ain't nothing like them summer nights. Keep the top on, drop all the girls looking hot, hit the photo and we just don't stop. Party until the morning light. Them summer nights can keep a smile on your face. Gotta try to have a good time with your life, otherwise it's just a waste. Either way, I'm gonna party just in case. Like Prince party like it was 99 and 87, 88. I couldn't ask for no better weather. I'm right next to the Pacific, to be specific. The candy paint job glows under the moonlight as I close out my summer night and say goodnight. It's time to put the top up and park it, drop it, unplug the ground, roll up the windows and lock it. Fuck in the pad and fall into bed as she lays on my chest to rest her sleepy head. And we do this all night long, from dusk till dawn. But it's not quite the same when summer nights are gone. But even when they're gone, it won't be long. 8 more months and once again it's on. Summer days just sitting around, but when the sun goes down, I'll be ready to party. Ain't nothing like them summer nights. Keep the top on, drop all the girls looking hot, hit the photo and we just don't